And that was a great play. What people don't realize, that was a great play by Malcolm on that seam on Curse when Curse made that weird back catch.
And then Malcolm Butler hit it out of his hands?
No, he hit it.
What happened?
You got it.
Oh, is this a Javon's Curse catch? Oh, Malcolm Butler did make a heck of a play. Let's see it. Oh, that's the fight. Where is it?
Oh, it's the bottom.
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Malcolm Butler couldn't do anything more. I remember it now.
That was a spectacular
I'm refreshed now.
catch.
Spectacular catch.
And it was crazy to see Malcolm come in and have the mental toughness because, I mean, I think we went away from Arrington. Arrington was starting that game, and Butler, Arrington gave up some plays, and Malcolm, they put Malcolm in there after he made a play on a seam because we were getting eat by those seams. Remember that?
Yes.
And then Malcolm came in. He was making plays left and right. He was like a little
spark,
little puppy dog out there. And after I saw this, I'm sitting here like, man, that's gonna suck this sucks, man. That was a great ass play by Malcolm. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to do math in my head. I'm sitting here like, how much time we're gonna get the ball? What plays do we have in our menu?
Are they gonna score right away?
Are we
gonna go back out on the field? What type of plays are we gonna run? What do I got to be ready for? 2-minute, fast-paced offense. How many timeouts do we have? I was preparing. That's what we were doing. We were just mentally programmed like that to be just ready for the final drive as well if they scored.
Thankfully, Hightower makes a great tackle on
that
Marshawn.
tackle. That's a game-saving tackle. People don't realize that.
Hightower's absolute monster.
Was it a first down or second down?
That was on first. And then second down, the interception heard around the world, if you will. Malcolm makes another heck of a play, the greatest play in maybe Super Bowl history of his career.
That was so crazy. But I remember vividly once they got in that formation, that week of practice, our defense was practicing that play 4 or 5 times, and Josh Boyce scored every single time on it. And I'm sitting there because in Super Bowl practice, where you're chilling before your next period, where you sit down, you hone in, you want to see what the defense is doing, how they're practicing, because you want to see what we're going into. And I remember, do you remember watching this play with Josh Boyce?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Fucking lighting us up 4 or 5 times. And I remember them like, yeah, gotta get physical.
Browner did just that, thankfully.
And Malcolm Butler came through. I remember Malcolm in practice was sitting back more.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't being aggressive. And then what happened? That play was called in the game, and Malcolm Butler was super aggressive and made the play that he needed to make. It wasn't happening without the preparation in practice the week before. So
Ernie.
Well, hold on. We can't move on from this play yet. This interception, Malcolm Butler. So I know a lot of like the public discourse about this is that this was the stupidest thing in the world. Dumb play call. Should just give it to Marshawn Lynch. Do you guys agree with that? Or is there... Because
there's the whole timeout situation where Bill didn't take the timeout because he saw the
clock was running.
Personnel group was in there.
I mean, it's tough, man.
We had like I think we had like 14 personnel where it's all big boys and like 2 corners. Who was in?
I think there was 3.
3. We have
and
safety.
Goal line.
So you want to throw the first out personnel.
So
that's what
right? Technically
you want to.
Yes.
So I'm a huge Pats fan, so I'm not gonna like stand on the soapbox for the Seahawks. I just hate that the discourse is like, it's so dumb, you should have given it to Marshawn Lynch, because when you really like dive into this play, it's a lot more like nuanced, and there's a lot more like chess happening between Pete Carroll and the Seahawks and what the Patriots and the Belichick, and not just like in this moment, but as you mentioned, chess moves happening in preparation where you knew this play was a thing here. And I think that like it does this play a disservice, and it does the Seahawks a disservice to just say, oh, you should just ran it with Marshawn, because Marshawn Lynch only had 5 carries inside the 1-yard line this year. Only 1 scored a touchdown. So he wasn't like an automatic goal line back. He's not Mike Allstott. Also, situationally, the clock was running. Belichick decided not to call a timeout, even though I'm back at my house yelling, call a timeout, like that kind of, you don't know the shit, right? And so it puts him in the situation where the clock is running. There's 1 timeout. There's 3 more downs left. If you run it that play and you miss, you have to call a timeout, and now your next 2 plays are you kind of have to pass it, or you really kind of put yourself into a box. And I think that just this play deserves more nuance, and Pete Carroll's not an idiot. And like, I don't know, that's my soapbox of it all. That this play is more than just run it. And it wasn't
without a doubt.
dumb.
I mean, that's just people that don't know football saying that.
I like it. That's the best dissection I've ever heard of that play.
And I just fucking love football because you can just dissect this one play and like there's just so much layers on it. I just hate that this is just like the discourse is just like, oh, just run it, Marshawn Lynch. I digress. I'll get off my soapbox.
This is kind of like
I love football.
You hit it right on the money, brother.
It's kind of like a cronut. You got a bunch of layers of just little beautifulness glazed up into one. You take that hole out, you dip it into a little coffee, take a bite of it, and that's just play.
That's right.
And I have so many notes on this, but like also Pete Carroll had Browner on his roster the year before. He should know that he has the ability to blow up this play, right? So if you want, like maybe the play call was wrong, right? But like the idea to pass, it just, he didn't check that last Belichick move to like make this the play that win.
They hit this play like 5 times though in the year. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah.
You know, there's an old saying, you are what you are. You do what you do. You hear those types of things about teams, and that's what this team was. It was a do what they do type of team, confident in their process, confident in what they do. They're not changing for you. They're confident in their execution, and you change for them. And Malcolm Butler may have changed that whole goddamn thing. Now, where does this interception, Malcolm's interception, rank among greatest Super Bowl plays of all time? It's got to be up there. It's got to be
At least top 3.
It could be
That's
top
minimum, top
1.
It's probably number 1.
Number 1 in my book.
It's got to be number 1. I mean, it was to win the game. It was number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Hands down.
Can you explain the dog?
Huh?
Can you explain
I think
the dog?
the dog
in
is
some-
is a mentality, you know, that no, and under any circumstances are you gonna break me? I'm gonna win. I'm gonna every play, even if you knock me down, I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna come at you the same full tilt all day. And when adversity strikes, you still don't drop your head, and you got that mentality that I'm gonna beat you this play. If you beat me, the next play, it's on.
Class
Do it
eaters.
again. You know what I mean? So
Glass eaters.
that's what, like, we looking up right there. Kevin Garnett, dog.
All-time dog.
What's the Mount Rushmore of dogs?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I would say, okay, let's just throw out a couple from each sport. Lawrence Taylor, dog. One that just retired, Aaron Donald. That is a dog. Ray Lewis, dog. Rodney Harrison, dog. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I'll say Rodney Harrison because Rodney Harrison is supposed to be in the Pro
gotta be a
Football Hall of
couple
Fame.
offensive dogs
No.
in there.
I'm going there.
An offensive
I
dog?
say, okay, no. Hey, Jimmy Smith, dog. Julian Edelman, dog. And not just because of, I looked at the journey too.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make plays, you can do all this stuff, but to know how tough he was to be able to go out there and do that and go out there and do what I do. I told Troy Brown, you got me fired, dog. Because when I got hurt, here come Troy Brown playing DB, and did some dog shit, picking stuff. He led the league. He led the team in picks. You know what I mean? So when you guys come in and do that and can do more than just your job, and you do it with so much passion and you're successful, because no one expected you to be who you are. Maybe you expected it, but when you got drafted, or did you get drafted?
Yeah.
Okay, you went 7th round. Damn it, that's basically a free agent bullshit.
You always
but no one
wish you were a
expected
free
that.
agent because you don't have to do 2 years.
Huh? Exactly.
They get you for 4
But
as
no
draft
one
pick.
expected you when they brought you in. They didn't expect you to turn into that. Only person that can believe that is a dog, and you got to believe in yourself, because basically when you get drafted that late, you're coming from another position. You are basically there for a tackling dummy. Yeah. You're there for guys. You're there for guys like somebody established like myself to beat up on. Exactly. So for you to make it, you a dog right there, and then to put out there and perform, and then you had some of the top corners out there that didn't want to see him. So that right there, you fit in the dog. Tom Brady was a dog. Because from day one, he came in there and he wanted to compete. He gonna talk shit, and I'm telling you, we used to light him up. But he coming right back at you as a dog, gonna head bunch you. He gonna fight you, come at you, and he was not no punk. And that's what, then he ain't no punk right there. That was like a compliment. Oh, he ain't no punk. Nowadays it's he ain't no bitch, but he ain't no punk. You know what I mean? So that was Tom. I look at like receivers, like, again, Hines Ward was a dog. He wasn't fast. He wasn't in, but he will sit there and rock you. You know what I mean? He will blindside the shit out of you too. So you always got to keep your head on the swivel. So I look at the tough guys. Even you know, like I said, T.O. Randy Moss was a dog. You know what I mean? Because he was tough. Chris Carter, Michael Irvin. He will fight you all damn day too. You know what I mean? So I look at so many tough guys, but like just skill. Everybody in a dog, man.
Now,
everybody
are you born with a dog, or can you develop the dog? Because I'm sitting here looking at my 7-year-old daughter, and I'm seeing some of this attitude and effort on the field right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if we got dog in her. we got puppy.
You know what?
We might have puppy in her.
My mom told me, you know, when I was younger, she said, you used to get your ass whipped. You know, you wasn't that tough. But you know, I remember one time that I came home grinding, and she made me go back out there and fight. You know, it's like you gonna go out there and fight, and I started development. So yes, you can develop a dog, and you can
develop dog.
Yeah,
Develop the dog.
Develop.
I mean,
the
you could be born into it too.
That's a T-shirt. That's a
T-shirt, baby.
T-shirt. Develop. It's a TO T-shirt.
That's right, baby.
I developed over time, and you get that confidence, and then it's like when you realize that you got to believe in yourself. That was my whole thing, was always believing in myself, with no matter what anybody thinks.
That's what a dog is. A dog is someone who believes in himself no matter what the situation
Right.
is.
Absolutely.
If the situation is against you, if the world is against you,
Right.
still think you're going to do it.
Yep.
Because when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That drive though with Stafford and Kupp, man, unfreaking believable. That you found your guy. They meet every morning at 5 a.m. on Wednesdays, and it came to life right there. Talking about process over results, baby.
Now, how was Matt right before that drive? What was his temper like?
First thing I'm going to do, not that you're scared of Matthew. He's real sensitive about Matt. So
Really?
can we call him Matthew?
We've thrown a couple.
He's like
times.
McConaughey. McConaughey is the same way here.
I'm
He's
calling
very
Stat.
serious about
Stat.
Matthew. Kelly's gonna post on Insta. About,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you.
I like to come
Kelly's
over
gonna get you on Insta. If you don't, you got to call him Matthew.
I'm sorry,
Okay?
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew.
I will not.
It's very serious. But
Still
dude,
protecting.
honestly,
How was Maddie before that thing?
hey, if you're like me, I'm calling Matt the rest of the day. No, anyway, so no, you know what's wild is like when people talk about the game, right? Like that's the things I actually remember is like him walking in the huddle. So, you know, if people don't realize this, the quarterback's always on the side of the team. Like, so, you know, he's communicating with the coach, all those things. So obviously our sideline is away from me being the left tackle. And so Matthew's over on that side. And so we're looking dead into each other. Every time he's getting a call from Sean, I can kind of see Sean in the background making the calls. And I see Matthew like looking up at us. And I'll never for him getting in the huddle. And he was like, hey man, let's go do something special right here. You know, and there was just a look in his eye. Like I always said this, like Matthew to me is like John Wayne. Like he just does, like he's like this cowboy bad dude in the sense of he's not a cowboy type guy, but he's just a tough, never hurt, never says a word. Like gets hit, you can literally like, ugh, like nothing. Won't say a word, like not blaming anybody, never tell you a thing, like they're draining his knee, his hip, whatever pregame. Like he doesn't care. Like the dude's just tough. And that's who he is. And so you're just like in the huddle, it's like, let's go do something special, boys. You know, it's like, yes, sir. You know, like nobody's touching you. Think of Necessary Roughness, if you will, the movie. Like nobody's going to touch you. You know, like that's literally how you felt with Matthew Stafford in the huddle. And, you know, that drive, obviously him and Kupp, really special. And every play, you know, it's like that, you know, I look on the screen, it's like, he's like, man, it's a 15-play drive. Gosh, it felt like 4 months. You know, it literally like you're like, oh, we found a first down. Oh, we found a first down. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So it was a wild deal, but I think really special. You know, you always think those things end the way they end. To have those two guys, the relationship they formed, the bond and commitment they made to meet every single morning. We also that season had what we called the Breakfast Club. Me, Stafford, and Kupp and our wives would meet every single Tuesday morning for breakfast that whole entire season at Soho and Soho in Malibu. We met every week. They'd have it like they were all ready for us every Tuesday morning. And it really became a great bonding experience for us. And we even did it the week of the Super Bowl. And the roughest one was the Tuesday after the Super Bowl when none of us have slept at all. But it was like, hey, let's have one more. And we met that morning and it was like, dude, what a journey this whole year. We won a Super Bowl. Now here we are sitting here having breakfast again. It was a special year.
You know what? And that last drive pretty much summed up that team. 15 plays, you know, executing and gotta have it situations, key third downs. Your go-to players making go-to plays.
One of the best no looks ever, if not the. I mean,
he invented it.
You know, Patrick said this. Like, I know people, but like Mahomes has actually said, like, I grew up watching Stafford like throw the, like, he is the, like, I know nobody like talks about that much, but like he is the guy who like was doing that for a long time.
Well, Joe used to do it a little bit.
Yeah,
the flat, little flat, but you know
he kind of took it a little crazy a couple times
because
this
he would
year.
go across the damn middle. No one does a no look across the middle. It's kind of like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Now, one guy you're probably going to be missing that was on this team, Aaron Donald. I mean, that's how like special is it just to watch him in practice.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like what he was able to do.
Yeah,
I mean, like the chances that it was really like his ability to choose when to take risks and take his shot was unbelievable because of his preparation, because of the his preparation going into games, and then it was when he did take his shot and it wasn't there, his ability to then counter and like close gaps still. Right, he'd play out of his gap more than probably anyone ever, but he would make sure that he was doing his job and closing it if it was an issue. But he wasn't. He'd two gap, but he'd run around you. He's so fast, so quick. Like it's like I'm gonna get past you and I'm gonna make things right on the other side.
Now, was he a guy that like lived in the weight room? He was always around the facility.
Ridiculous. So I think so. AD's thing, like he secretly wants to be like he wants to be Dwayne Johnson. So like that's where his
Don't we all?
He wants to be the Rock, and he spends so much time lifting, and it's not even like functional lifts sometimes. It's I've actually worked out with him. I went and worked out with him one time. So I was like, hey, the off season, let's like get a workout in together. Tells me the time, show up, an hour and a half straight of arms. An hour and a half. You know how many muscles you have in your arms? There's not a lot.
Like 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like bicep, tricep,
Yeah.
shoulder, maybe if you count that as part of your arm, and then forearms
Yeah.
for an hour and a half.
I mean, he looked like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't need to be doing arms for an hour and a half.
Nah, but when you're baby rhino, you do. That dude looked like a straight rhino.
He is unbelievably strong, and then obviously all the things on top of it that you have as a football player were there. It's like he just loves working out, loves lifting, and it just was an extra little part on top of the fact that he is, I think the best defensive player of all time, and the skills and all the stuff that he had going for him in that regard.
How many D tackles in the history of the NFL have had abs?
It's not a lot.
Not a lot.